different places, the different locations, we changing the scene. So many stories to tell, it will not fit on the screen. What do you mean? There's hope in your story, there's hope in your passion. They don't get the picture, so we tell it like caption. Look at what happened up in your life when you take roll. God is present, you have now tuned in the official podcast, so tell it, ayy.
Woo! That boy. Telling you, man. I'm telling you that. Look at. Well, you have to come off the jacket. He said, that boy hot. Me, I got to come off this jacket. Hey, y'all, that is Mr. K Train. If you don't know, you need to follow him. All right, you need to add him. That's Mr. K Train, KJ, K Station. He do a whole bunch of stuff, man, and he's definitely a part of the team. And we definitely appreciate that. But what's going on Facebook? As you can see, I got my man's Josiah Williams on here on Tell It. All right, he is here, and listen, man, we all the way live. So go ahead and share. Go ahead. Well, what you doing, man? You had a whole fit before you came on, man.
I felt it. Maybe at some point I'll get cold and put the jacket back on, but
oh man. But yo, go ahead and share, hit them hearts, have people come in, all right? Have people come in because I don't want y'all to miss nothing from tonight. I'm sure he's gonna drop some pearls of wisdom. He got a story for y'all. I mean, this man been everywhere and been across the globe. Yeah, see, look at that. You know, they already saying loving the energy already. You ain't even said nothing. And you
Let's go. I'm ready.
Hey, yeah, this dude's a ball of energy. So I don't want y'all to miss this. I met this guy long time ago. We were doing a tour, and all I remember is this dude pulled up in this big old truck, SUV. Was that, what was that? Thing was huge. You hopped out.
It was a 2000 Toyota Tundra. A big old stupid pickup truck.
It was huge. How much was the gas on that?
Too much. What too much?
So he driving a bus, right? And then you know, he up because we were doing the tour, and he opens up and I was like, man, this dude is hot. And before I knew it, man, he taking off all over the place, man. And that was, you know, it was an honor and privilege to get a chance to see that. It was hot. So if if y'all not following him, man, listen, go ahead and do that now at J. Dean Williams. All right, go ahead and get those follows going for him and see what this man can do. All right, so don't cheat yourself. Go ahead and treat yourself. All right. I was gonna say, hey, so we want people to come on in. I got none other than Josiah Williams. Man, how you feeling tonight? I seen the energy already, so it looks like you're feeling good.
I ain't going nowhere. I had to get my computer to make sure I'm telling people to come on in too, since that's what we doing. I can't, we can't be doing through it. I'm not doing the same thing, but yeah, I'm good.
All right. Life in Orlando is treating you well?
Life in Orlando, yes. I can finally say that. Life is treating me well. God is treating me well. It's been an interesting time here, especially coming like right before, the year before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So there's been a lot of life that has happened within the last couple of years. But it's been a cool story. So, we just keep on.
Can't wait to hear it, man. But before we get into your story, all right, before we hop into who J. Will is, and we got Miss Morgan Thomas saying, hey, J. Will.
What's happening?
But before we get into everything, I have some rapid fire questions for you, man. And this is what we like to do before we have our guests present. A lot of times they get stumped, right? They think it's going to be easy. and they think, you know what we got? Yeah, I'm gonna just answer this, and then like, man, wait, hold up, I don't know. So we got these rapid fire questions, and I'm gonna pull them up. It's on my phone right here.
Okay.
There you go. Wait, this is my. Not sure where that was going. Okay, this favorite part. Okay, there you go. Rapid fire questions. Now this is just for everyone to get a chance to know him outside of the WWE, knowing him outside of his music, just the man, you know, the things that he liked. So people can get a chance to see who you are. All right, so I'm ready to shoot him. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Rapid fire question number 1. Whew, I'm gonna start you off. Well, I'm gonna start you off light. Are you an introvert or extrovert?
Absolutely 100% an introvert.
No. See? All right, I don't see that.
Not even close.
You're gonna have to get your story together. How do you? All right.
Here it is. Look, when the camera's on, when the microphone's on, I gotta do what I gotta do. As soon as this goes off, it's like I'm done.
Yeah. Okay. So you grab your energy from being an introvert, right? That's how you collect yourself, and you give yourself that juice. But then to get in front of the camera, and then once that take all the energy, you need to go recharge by being by yourself again, being at home.
It's like an electric lawnmower, bro. You got them 30 minutes, and when that 30 minutes is up, it's done.
I don't know how you do it, man, because all the traveling you did. We'll see. All right, favorite movie?
The Incredibles.
Oh, okay. That's my daughter's favorite movie.
Me and your daughter, we would have a great babysitting session, like, because we would just watch the first one, talk about it, and then watch the second one. Like, that's just.
Yep, and she loved them both.
Yes.
Now, do you like which one? Do you like the first one or the second one better?
Definitely the first. I mean, because without the first, there is no number 2.
Okay.
The first did such a good job of laying the groundwork for people to be excited about a sequel. So,
yeah, I was super excited that we got a chance to see Jack's power. So,
yeah,
I'm excited about that. All right, here we go. This has been in our era the biggest argument of all time. Jordan or LeBron? See?
It is. The answer is Michael Jordan. I just don't want to offend nobody by saying that. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I know you be telling the truth, man. It's okay.
Yes, the answer is Michael Jordan. I don't want anybody to like get it twisted. But that don't mean that LeBron ain't LeBron.
Absolutely. And so they say they're not counting rings anymore. So I guess this is overall influence on the game, and it still will be Jordan. Is that what people saying?
All I know is LeBron need Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, and like to get this next ring. And if he don't do it, we're gonna have to have a lot of conversations. So
well, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I got the Nets if they stay healthy. So
I got the Bucks, whether they're healthy or not.
All right, that's my next question, man. Who's your favorite basketball team?
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2021 NBA champions, the Milwaukee Giannis Antetokounmpo Bucks.
Listen, this man lost his mind on social media when that happened. You know, I guess he's the last true one to really do it with his own team, right?
That's right. That's facts.
All right, there you go. The Bucks. All right, what's the last thing you ate? What came across your plate?
Alfredo pasta.
Oh,
homemade.
Okay. Homemade.
Yes.
There you go. You made it, or
I did.
Oh, okay. There you go. I was about to shout out the wifey, but I had to ask first. Okay. There you go, man. Good job. All right. Are you a night owl or are you an early riser?
Absolutely a night owl.
All right. Same here. Same. Okay. Favorite dessert?
Gummy worms or a fudge brownie. Just like
yeah.
Can't
Now,
go
what
wrong.
type of brownie? Now, is it the ones that's cooked hard on the edges, or the like Little Debbie brownies?
I prefer just like the. I mean, yeah, the last one that we had was kind of cooked hard around the edges, but the soft, just like if you pick it up, it might fall apart.
Oh,
Like fudge icing on top. That's what I'm talking.
oh man, I'm about to make some brownies in a little bit. All right, here we go. Favorite show? What's your favorite show?
Ooh, man, it's supposed to be rapid fire. I had to
I
think.
told you, people get stumped, so it's okay.
For a long time, it was obviously NXT, WWE NXT. I
Okay.
think I'm going like all time though, man.
All time. You can watch it anytime, any day. Like for me, I can, and my wife can contest to this. I can flip on Good Times in the drop of a hat, man. I can just go ahead and watch it and be all right.
Okay. I'm gonna just say The Office to be, because I can turn that on at any point
Yep.
and it'll be good to go, no matter what episode it is.
The Office is legit. Okay, I got you. That's a good one. Favorite holiday?
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Okay. That was easy.
Yes. I take it very seriously.
Mm.
Like planning it out. Whose house are we going to first? How much can I eat so that I don't get full enough so that I can get the other plates at these houses?
So you make your rounds then. They know that Josiah's coming through and we gotta have a plate ready for him because he's coming through to collect his dues.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there you go. So are you a big eater?
I am, which is
Oh,
funny because I look like this, but I don't play.
Thanksgiving come around, man. He is at your table. Don't say one word to him. All right, here it is. Vacation spot that's on your bucket list.
Oh, bucket list. Oh,
Bucket list vacation spot.
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
Argentina.
Dope, man. Dope. Okay. Argentina. Well, y'all listen, that was rapid fire questions with Mr. Josiah Williams. And as you can see, I think I'm undefeated in these questions. I can always get somebody to stop at least twice.
Yeah, got me a couple times.
There you go. All right, if you haven't yet, go ahead and share. Also, because we'll be giving away something for free. So you guys know it's free. You need to go ahead and then listen in and see how you can get in on this free giveaway. All right. So without that, after that, go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Herbert_Zeal. All right, Zeal is my stage name. Haven't rapped in a minute, but I rap. Herbert_Zeal. Follow me on Instagram. Again, don't forget to follow my mans, J. Dean Williams, before we get in. All right. And you need to stick around so you can know how to win this free prize. Okay. So we're gonna just go right on ahead and jump into it. So here's a little bit of what you've done. NXT. Should I say star?
Hey, that works.
Okay. We've seen a lot of you. Got into the WWE. Host of Bradley University, right? You used to host the Bradley games and everything else like that. Amazing talent. Artist. Anywhere I went with this guy where he was rapping, there'd be somebody backstage always talking about him, saying like, "Man, this dude can spit. This dude fire." I was like, and it just go on and on. And it's because if you have not seen him on stage, he's just a big ball of energy. You wonder where he's pulling all this from, and that's what you get a chance to see. So when we get into all that, how did all this start? Did you always have in your mind music, entertainment, this is going to be the way that I'm going to go?
Yeah. So it started back at home in Milwaukee. My mom put us, even before we started school, you know, I was in a lot of music programs, like in the community, even like at the preschool ages of just starting to learn that stuff and getting it kind of in my head. But even before all that, I mean, my family is a musical family. My granddad used to perform and record vinyls back in the day.
All right.
So I have uncles that used to open up and be background singers for other artists. Like it was kind of just ingrained a little bit. No one ever really pushed it or anything. I always loved music. And as I went through, you know, middle school, high school, college, I started to realize, because I always wanted to be an actor. I had been acting at the age of 4.
Wow.
And I went to, you know, like throughout high school, I did plays. In college, my major was theater, performance. And I started to realize, like, man, I don't want to be a solo actor. I don't want to try to go to New York, LA and do that. But
right.
I really use my art in some way. So that's where it all started, of just, I don't want to go in this direction, but I do want to figure out where I'm going and what I'm going to do.
Right. And so the family, again, talented, everyone's doing some sort form of music. And so that you just kind of gravitated to it.
I did. I felt I understood the importance of just being able to express yourself, number one.
Right.
I feel like no matter what you're going through, whether it's, you know, a good thing or a bad thing, you can always express it through art in some way.
Yeah.
And I learned, you know, because I started doing poetry and I tried that for a little while. It was okay, but it really wasn't my thing. And eventually translating that into music, it finally felt right. It finally felt like, okay, I don't know if I'm the best at it. I don't know if I'm even good at it, but I like doing it. So I just pursued that. And it was always something that I would do on the side. Yes, I'm a theater major, but I'm making music when I'm not doing homework and writing papers.
Right.
Yes, I'm working full time, but I'm making this music on the side. So it was always just like my escape and my way to just do something else.
So when did it click for you? When it's like, you know what, I'm actually good now. This is something I want to do. And this moment right here kind of established my mindset. Because usually it's a mindset before you really jump out and believe that you can do anything. Because first you got to kind of really believe it.
Yeah.
Because I know when I started rapping, I was testing the waters. But, you know, there's a particular time where I felt like I was good is when somebody invited me to the studio. And when I actually laid down something and actually listened to myself, I was like, you know what? This is actually kind of decent. So what was that moment for you?
So I started making music in 2010 when I got to college. And for those first few years, 2010, 2011, 2012, and into 2013 a little bit, I always just felt that it was okay, but it wasn't really that great.
Okay.
I had fun doing it, but when I look back and listen to it, it's like, I don't ever want to hear any of that at all.
Oh.
So it was the beginning of my senior year. And I had a chance to open up for Chance the Rapper. And that was like, it was such a cool moment. And a lot of, it was a college crowd. Half of them, probably 75% of them, had no idea of my music really at all. But performing and connecting with them, I felt a genuine connection. And that kind of just led to people on campus of like, hey, I'll start checking out your stuff, you know, et cetera.
And that was your first time on stage, opening up for No.
It wasn't my first time on stage, but it was my first time in a position like that, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I had never opened up for anybody that big before.
Yeah.
And at that time, he was still on his way up. You know, he wasn't even fully there yet. That was the day that Lil Wayne dropped his mixtape that had Chance. So that was like the launching pad, essentially.
Nice.
But it just felt, it wasn't because I was opening up for Chance the Rapper. Just like this performance and the way that I'm connecting with them and the conversations that I'm having outside of it, it feels right finally. It feels like I'm heading in the right direction. So yeah, that was the first one. Okay,
so having that connection with the crowd, feeling comfortable, pretty much feeling like you're in your element.
Yeah. Feeling like it is flowing and it makes sense.
And that's very important, because if you're feeling awkward, out of position, and not so much nervous, because you could be nervous and you can still kill it. You know, you just, that initial nervousness, but If you just feel like I can do without it, then that kind of should have been a telltale sign. But you felt that connection. And
Right.
so, what college did you go to?
Bradley
University. Where is this located?
Bradley University, Bradley Braves, home of Peoria, Illinois.
P-Town?
Second home.
Is that what you call it? You call it P-Town? Is that what y'all call it?
That is what many people called it. I would not. Peoria, Illinois.
Peoria, Illinois, y'all.
Yes.
All right. So you got a chance to open up for Chance the Rapper. And what other opportunities did that open up for you?
Man, it was really cool. So after that, I made the university's first official music video.
Oh.
Which served as the main marketing piece for about 2 or 3 years. It led to my first radio single, radio being like Peoria Radio.
Oh, okay.
Which was a remix of a Tech Nine song. It's called Hood Go Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's 309 Go Crazy. I put, myself and then a couple of other artists from Peoria, D-Web and Shy, songwriter. They were, we all just kind of came together and just did something new and did something different.
Mm.
Yeah, and eventually down the line, like Wrestle and Flow, and I mean, there's a lot of stuff in between that, and oh man, there's this thing called the ELCA Youth Gathering, which is about 35,000 high school students. Every 3 years they host that event, and I had a chance to perform at that a couple times. So yeah, there were a few really, really good moments, kind of that just kept building.
Mm. All right, cool. So I met you, and you were doing Christian rap. So has that always been the case, or
That is not.
That's not always been the case.
It's not always been the case.
So did you have like a rap name like P-Town's Finest, or J Money, or how did this look, man? Back in the mid 2000s.
J Thug. No. It was just Josiah Williams. I always just myself.
I wish I could do that. My name can't carry. Like, I can't say Herbert Smyer and then people just think of a rapper, right? That's just I had to go with a stage name. But you were always able to use your name.
Well, I mean, I kind of battled it for there was a point in my life where I battled it a little bit of like, man, there could be something catchier that I could do. Josiah Williams just sound like a dude that sells cars or something. Like, he just sound like a regular
dude. Okay, still sell cars, Josiah Williams. Come for your next holiday. Come see Josiah Williams.
Are you looking for a Toyota Tundra?
Right.
Got the one for you. Yeah, I did feel like I wanted something catchier, but I always felt like what I was writing about and what I was performing or recording was just my life. Mm-hmm. So yeah, those first 4 or 5 years, it was just hip hop and R&B. I used to do a little bit of singing. And that was another like, okay, I like this. I'm trying to do something that's kind of outside of my box though.
Right.
Brian Coolshaw is in the building.
Yeah. Shout out to 3Dub.
3Dub is in the building. Yeah, I just felt like I was kind of draking my way through music, if that makes sense.
Breaking your way through music. What you mean? What you mean?
Well, I felt like I connected to his recording style, and I connected to the beats that he was using in that, like, 2011 to 2013. A lot of like the trap bass, R&B influenced. It just wasn't as popular as what most people were rapping on at the time.
Yeah.
So once I connected to it, I'm like, all right, I can blend kind of, a few different styles in one, and Drake did that. And I'm like, all right, this is cool, but everyone is probably doing the exact same thing. Stop trying to be like Drake and be yourself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And my music, it wasn't bad. I just felt like I wanted to kind of transition from just hip hop, and some of it was like profanity or whatever, but I wasn't doing anything crazy, if that makes sense. I just felt like I wanted it to have more meaning.
Okay.
So I switched from hip hop to like clean hip hop. Just like, I'm not gonna say anything crazy in these songs. I'm not gonna use any profanity. And that is what it is. And I did that for about a year, and I'm like, this is cool, but I still think there's more. I still feel like I'm not really tapping into my purpose as an artist and my purpose as a musician and just as a being. So I used to attend St. Paul Baptist Church in Peoria, and there were a few moments that Pastor Hubbard just spoke clearly to me through sermons and just listening on Sunday mornings. And I felt like I need to make my music my life, literally. So if I'm living a life for Jesus, then I need to put that in my art. So 2015 is when I switched over officially to Christian hip hop music.
And because that's what you were living, so that's what you feel like, I need to put this in here.
Yeah, it just meant, why separate it? Why keep it on two different things when, yeah.
Exactly. It sounded like kind of like your music journey was also your life journey. So as your life transitioned, there went your music. So were you always able to connect your life to your music? Was that kind of how that was going?
Yeah. Like if I was breaking hearts in college, I was writing music about it.
About breaking hearts.
If I was partying in college, I was making music about it. If I was, sad because of stuff that was going on with family, then I was making music about it. So I figured put all of that and more, because we're talking about your relationship with Christ, into music. And that was the moment where it just finally felt right. It just felt, yeah.
Okay. So since you said that, I want you to give it just like I just want your quick perspective. So how did you feel at this time when there were, a time where Christian rappers were just saying, yo, I'm not a Christian rapper, I'm just an artist, like, and almost seemed like trying to separate it. Did you ever fight that battle at one point?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Transitioning over, there was a point where it's like, all right, I'm opening up for Chance the Rapper. I'm opening up for all these people.
Yeah.
I'm on local radio. And then when you all of a sudden like, hey, I'm rapping about Jesus now. And they're like, whoa. Wait a minute. We're not putting that on the radio. We don't want to hear it. So there were times, I think early on, where I was kind of like feeling out the crowd a little bit.
Yeah.
I would introduce myself to Brian Culshaw as a Christian rapper. But then I would introduce myself to somebody else as, I'm a hip hop artist. You know what I mean? Right. So after a while, I just kind of I did feel convicted on that. And I didn't think it was necessarily anything bad. I just felt like, live it for real. If you really gonna do this, be about it. And yeah, I guess the answer is, I see why certain people do that, because it will afford you more opportunities to kind of broaden yourself. I think people like Toby Wigwe does a really good job of that. I do believe in God, but don't get it twisted. Like, I do not label myself as a Christian hip hop artist. I just believe in the Most High at the same time. There are a lot of people who do that very, very well, and it works for them. And there are also a lot of people who say, I am a Christian rapper. I am a Christian hip hop artist. And that works really, really, really well for them too. So I think at the end of the day, your artistry, it just, it depends on what you want to do with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think because some of them started out real strong with the Jesus music, and that it's hard to kind of turn in another direction, because for so long, this is what we known you as. As far as, like you said, Toby Wigwe that comes in, he is who he is, and he never said, hey, I'm a Christian artist. But at the same time, he made it known that, I do believe in God. So I think he does it perfectly. He didn't set himself up. to have to change or switch up later on. So that's what's up. So we know, like I said earlier, you appear on WWE. How did that happen? How did this come about that Bradley hosts WWE rapper? Well, rapping for people coming out of the entrance. I mean, for me, when I was coming up, I watched wrestling like all the time. Like I had the action figures, I had the wrestling rings, I had the belts. I mean, I had everything, man. The garbage cans, the ladders, all kind of stuff set up. I had everything, man. And if I didn't have that, then I made up my own matches on my kitchen stove, in the stove. Yeah. And it'd be like a anything goes match and stuff. And you might get hit with a fork or something like that. You know, I used to make up all kind of stuff, man. And, you know, Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold, it was like my ultimate favorite of all time. So did you kind of have that dream before being asked to be in the WWE? Like, I guess I'm all over the place because it's exciting. How did that get started? What did you always like wrestling, and how did you get into the WWE?
Okay, so there's a few questions in there.
Yes, it is. Yes, sorry about that.
Yeah, no, fine. I'll make it work.
Okay.
Yeah, I loved wrestling for so much of my life. There was a good chunk of time where I couldn't watch it at home because my mom wouldn't let me. Mm-hmm. But I still at least knew who people were. I knew who The Rock was. I knew about Stone Cold and Kane was like my number one for a long time. Undertaker, like I knew who these people were, but just couldn't necessarily watch it at home. So when I got into, I think it was middle school, is when I finally started watching. But a lot of these guys were gone by that point. Mm-hmm. There was no, you know, The Rock was in Hollywood. Stone Cold had retired. Like a lot of these people were gone. So I
came in late in the game because I was watching all these cats.
Yeah, but you blame my mama. So yeah, when I start watching, I'm primarily seeing Eddie Guerrero, Batista, John Cena, Shawn Michaels, which is still, I mean, listening to those names of people, like they are legends in so it's what most people would know as the ruthless aggression era. Okay. Stone, The Rock is Attitude Era. I was right after that.
Yeah, I know your mom wouldn't let you watch that Attitude Era. There's a little.
Yeah, she wasn't going. She's like, they're in a bra and panties match.
Yeah.
I will. Never mind. Yes. she was not going for that. So there was that kind of transition of like, all right, we're not exactly family friendly yet, but we're getting, and that's where she let me watch. But so much of wrestling is music, right? Like when that first second hits of someone's music, the entire arena reacts to it, whether it's a positive reaction or a negative reaction, because the music tells a story. So I used to always imagine taking the glasses off.
Yeah, you do that every time you get excited, man. You take them glasses off.
I already took the jacket off. I just used to imagine myself like, because obviously what am I gonna wrestle? I don't see myself as that, but like I envision making that entrance either as a wrestler or as an artist. So I got into wrestling mostly because of the music, of just listening to the theme songs. I didn't even really care about matches. I just liked the story that they were telling. And sidebar, it kind of ties back into theater too, because wrestling is just one big theatrical production. So I fell in love with that. Fast forward, because I never really stopped watching, or at least keeping up with it in some shape or form. As I'm making these Christian hip hop albums and singles, it's like I need something else to. I'm not the type of person who can just go in the studio and knock out 8 songs. Like I can't do that.
Okay.
You'll get a solid 11 a year, maybe. Like I'm just not that type of person. So I need to refresh and I need to get stuff out of me before I can get back into something like that. So I would always just find something different to do in between albums to kind of refresh my creativity. I always wanted to remix wrestling theme songs. I just never got around to it. It was always an idea. And then one day I just decided, you're going to do this. You're going to finally just for fun, even if no one cares about it, to be able to say that you did it.
Right.
So I picked 7 wrestlers or like groups to talk about. I ended up not doing any of those 7 at all to this day, I think. But I picked a couple of other people at the time that I just felt like I wanted to work, either work with or just talk about. And
who were one of those 7?
The 7 were the Usos.
Okay.
WWE. Actually, I think most of them were WWE. AJ Styles, who many people know as, or knew at the time as a Christian wrestler. Carmella, Randy Orton, and then I can't remember the other 3 at the moment. But what I ended up doing there, I always liked NXT as kind of an alternative to SmackDown Raw from WWE. So I always got to remember, people don't watch wrestling, so they're probably like, what is he talking about? Okay. WWE has multiple shows.
Yeah.
Raw and SmackDown are like the top 2 that have been for decades,
Right. People know about those.
Yes. NXT was a newer show that started within the last decade.
Okay.
And that's kind of one of the shows that I really gravitated toward. So 2016, 17, there was a group of guys that came together from a different company into NXT. And I fell in love with this group immediately. Immediately. All
right. Who is this group, man?
They were called the Undisputed Era. And I didn't watch anything from them before coming to WWE. I only knew about their NXT stuff. So like I knew their names, but I didn't really know them like that. Seeing them in WWE, I felt it. And then there was a group in New Japan called the Gorillas of Destiny. 2 different groups, 2 different songs, 2 different styles of song, but those were the 2 that I picked to start with. To make a very long story short, I remix those. I make a music video for them. I put them on YouTube. And within the first 20 minutes of them being live, I grew about 1,000 followers.
Wow.
Right there. And it's not just because of the videos themselves. It was because the guys who I was rapping about, they saw it. They found it.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah. So the story is, I posted it at 11 o'clock. At 11:07, one of the members, Kyle O'Reilly, saw it. At 11:11, Adam Cole, the leader of that group, saw it. So I'm freaking out. Like, these are people that are on television. And
right.
Yeah, it was one of the most unreal moments of my life. And that just kind of just led me to keep doing it. And that's how Wrestling Flow got started.
Wow. So you saw this group, fell in love with them, made a remix of their theme song. And on that first shot, they end up hearing it.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So that should really speak to people if they have an idea, if they have a vision or a goal, just to do it. You never know what may happen.
Literally, like I try to live with the idea of, if there's something that pops up in my mind, and if I think that it's worth pursuing, I would rather do it and someone tell me that it's trash than to not do it and to never know what anyone thinks about it, or to never know how I feel about it.
Exactly.
So yeah, you grow through good ideas and bad ideas, but you can't grow if the idea is never executed.
Absolutely. Y'all hear that? Can you say that again? I don't know if you...
You grow through good ideas and bad ideas, but you can't grow if the idea is never executed, or something like that.
Yeah, there you go. You said it. So I was going to see if you could do it again, but you might as well try. Right. You might as well try. You might as well get yourself out there and see what happens. And so I think a lot of people, what they do is they have the idea, but they already disqualify themselves by saying, "Nah, it's not good enough. Nah, it's not going to work. Nah, I'm not going to be able to do this. Nah." And then before you know it, they've already put themselves out. And there's an idea that, just imagine if you say, you know what, nah, that's corny. I'm not going to do something about that, man. I'm just going to sit back. I'm not going to put this on YouTube. And look at all this stuff that you would have missed because if you would have defeated yourself.
Yeah, it's scary to think about.
Yeah, absolutely. So they hear it. What happened next then? So now they're hearing it. When was the phone call?
So I think it was either later that night, the same day, first day, or the day after. I got a call I got an Instagram message from the person who would end up being like my manager in WWE. And he hit me up like, "Hey, I like this video. What did he say? Basically, he was trying to see if I wanted to wear like WWE shop merch."
Okay.
I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool. That's a great idea." He's like, "All right, I'll call you next week. We'll set it up." So we get on the phone and we never talk about the shirts. He starts asking me just like what I want to do with my career and where I see myself going. And, I'm telling him like, yeah, I would love to be a ring announcer or to do backstage interviews, I theater training. But I don't want to be an actor. I want to try to do something different. So that call led to me going to Monday Night Raw in Chicago. So the dates on this is August 20 something, right, of 2018.
Okay.
October, I go to Monday Night Raw, and we had these ideas, but Brian, the guy that I'm talking about, he actually got in a major accident, hit by a bus.
Wow.
Shattered his pelvis. I'm talking like days before we were supposed to do this, and he's like, "Hey, I know we had a plan, but I can't be there because I can't walk. I'm in the hospital." So I end up going to Monday Night Raw and just having to wing it. And all the plans are gone. I'm interviewing these wrestlers who, larger than life. Like these are the people watching. And I wasn't really, maybe I was a little nervous, but it was more so about yeah, definitely. But it was like everything that we planned out, it just wasn't going to happen that way. So you have to figure out something. So, and everybody was there. I'm looking at Roman Reigns, Triple H, Ronda Rousey, like all these people are around me. And I have to figure out how to be professional. Like,
because you're in there losing your mind.
Right. It was the same night that like DX reunited. It was a lot. It was a lot.
Wait, that was the same night that they reunited? Like, oh man, you was a part of a historic night, man.
Yeah, it was
your first time with no script.
No script. They're like, "Hey, go interview people," and I'm like, "What?" It did not go well. It was really bad. It was really, really, really bad. And I thought that was it. I'll never get called back again. Christmas comes and I send Brian a message and I'm like, "Hey, Merry Christmas. Hope you and your wife are doing well." He's like, "Hey, just letting you know, we never forgot about you. I'm getting back to the office, New Year's or something like that." So we have another couple phone calls. I go down to NXT for a weekend and watch some of their shows. And then we have the official conversation of like, do you want to be here? If there was an opportunity, would you want to be here? And I'm like, yes. Yeah.
Did you have to really think about it?
I'm like, I got to play like it. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to like you thirsty for it. So if I went like, "Oh yeah, can you start tonight? Can I start tonight?" I'm like, I think that we can work that out. I think that we can agree upon something. I don't know what I said, but it worked. And I started with WWE in May of 2019 and worked there for a couple of years. And it was great. I got to live the dream.
Wow. So was it always, peachy, or was there some dips, some valleys How does that work?
Torrin Wells, amazing artist, has a great song. Probably even an album, I think he called it. No, I think just a song called Hills and Valleys. And boy, oh boy, were there a lot of hills and
He's like
around,
up, down, around.
Yeah, absolutely. So I started in May of 2019, and COVID hit. March 2020, February 2020, like that. So I got furloughed because of COVID. I was out for about 4 months or so. Worked another few months, almost a year, and then COVID hits again. And they're like, we're terminating your position. May of this year, 2021. So yeah, there have been, and that's just a general overview, but there's a lot. There was definitely a lot of tests, and just entering into a space where, they created that position for me. It wasn't like an open position. They created it. I was the first announcer / producer at the same time. And not technically a part of the announced team, if that makes sense. So I was really like an outcast of just a guy who came into in a wild position. So there are a lot of people who are receptive of that. If they say like, hey, that's the guy Wrestling Flow. We've seen his work. He's always professional. He's always, and then of course there's like where did he come from? And why is he here? Like,
this coming from stars or management? Like, who?
Yeah.
Who is that question coming from?
I think a little bit of everyone. It's like anywhere else you work, where 9 out of the 10 people will be great.
Yeah.
Maybe even 9.9 out of the 10 people will be great. There's always like a couple of people. So yeah, I think on all levels, fans, staff, talent, and once people got to know me and realized like, oh, he's nice, like, too nice. Why are you so happy? Why are you so positive? So I think within that first month of me being there, it was like, I'm not here to mess anything up. I want to work. I want to do what I'm supposed to do. So yeah, I really didn't have issues with people. If anything, I was able to talk to people face to face, of, hey, we need to talk because this is not how it's gonna go. Right. And that happened probably once, I think. But yeah, it was a really, really, really good experience. Fully positive experience, and there's a lot to learn from it. Of course, it's a corporate world, so it's different from me making videos on my own and at home versus, hey, you work under the umbrella of this mega corporation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So there was definitely a lot of challenges. Of course, it was not easy in any way, shape, or form. But I chose to just push. I chose to showcase like what I was able to bring. Brought a lot of new ideas. Slid a couple of music videos onto some pay-per-views. Made a theme song. Did a lot of fun stuff in there. Yeah. And just showed people like no matter what the circumstance is, you can always find a way to do something.
Man, yep, definitely, 100%. So I feel like this is like just like a story of continue to pursue, continue to push, continue to go after. Yeah. Before we keep going though, now I need y'all to stay on because remember I did say that we'll be giving away some free stuff. So if you need to go to the bathroom, do that real quick, come back because you need to know how to win this free stuff. Yes. So with that being said, the traveling, like how was that? Because for wrestling, they travel pretty much the whole year, like almost every single day.
Yeah. If you're on Raw or SmackDown, you're at least away from home 200 days a year. Not an exaggeration. I was part of NXT. NXT is based out of Orlando, Florida.
Okay.
NXT never traveled.
Oh, nice.
So unless it was like a major event, what we call takeovers, like a pay-per-view,
right?
The weekend of Royal Rumble, the weekend of WrestleMania, that's when we travel. But week by week, we were here. Really, really helpful. Now, although we're not traveling, for example, on an NXT day, which was Wednesdays or Tuesdays, depending on the time of when it was, we have a production meeting the day before of just like all the details of lights, cameras, videos, etc. We have if you're watching a wrestling show, you see what's called pre-tapes sometimes of like, hey, this happened before the show. What happened last week. Here are the interviews that we have. Like, there's so much, and that was a big part of my job of filming those things and editing them from behind the scenes. So you got all that going on before the actual show. Then I would get there at 10 o'clock. The show happens at 8. We film another show after that show.
Wow.
I have to put all those files into the system, then take them back down and put it on my computer. I'm not getting home until 3 o'clock in the morning. Then up at about 8 to edit that show, to have the show finalized before 4 o'clock p.m. so that it can go out on Thursday morning. So it's like, I'm not traveling, but I'm not sleeping either.
Right. You say grinding, man. They got you around the clock.
Yeah, it's a lot. It really, really is a lot. But I was definitely blessed to be in NXT where, I can't imagine what that would be like on the road, for real. Not saying that I couldn't handle it. I mean, if Vince McMahon is like, hey, I want Josiah on the show, I'm not going to say no. You know what I mean? I'm going to figure it out. But there is a flexibility of your time a little bit when you're in Orlando and on NXT.
Man, and the three of them's like, man, that's a lot of work.
It is.
It's a lot of work.
Dang.
So what you got coming up in the future? So what is it looking like? You WWE, all that. Got a few things in the works. What's happening next?
So I think, first of all, one of the big things that I've realized over time, whether it was when I got furloughed or when I got fired, I think, because that was the dream, right? That was the long-term dream.
Right.
I thought, okay, maybe when I'm 50 years old, I'll finally get there or something like that. So that was, in a way, that was first. And I think for a while I was just so crushed of like, man, this is kind of the end of the road for this.
Right.
And there were a lot of like, talent and legends, like people who had already retired and stuff that are like, look, this isn't the end of the road. This is not the end of the road, number one. Number two, I realized through prayer and through just reading that like your job does not define who you are, and your job does not define God's plan for your life. So once I finally got out of that mindset, I realized that what I'm actually doing now, even in between jobs, even in between full-time jobs, I'm able to stretch my creativity actually more than when I was in WWE.
Watch out.
Because it's like, when you work for this company, that's it. You're
right.
working for them. There is no outside work. There is no collaboration with this and that. There is none of that. So I'm working on a documentary for a talent in AEW, All Elite Wrestling, called, his name is Malachi Black. He was formerly Aleister Black in WWE. Just working on a documentary about his transition from one company into the next, and just what he's doing now, just who he is outside of the ring. I'm working with another company that I can't say yet.
Okay.
But on some theme songs. I've actually been doing a lot of work with AEW of some of the things that you see on TV each week. I've helped to film, which is pretty fun. Yeah, there's a lot of just like little pieces and little projects.
Yeah, man, you got some things going for yourself right now.
Yes. And within the next couple of weeks, I'll be starting in a new place, which is very exciting. There's a lot. There's so much going on. Back into making music, which haven't been able to do for a long time. A long time. And it feels so good. So good. So I have I've done about like 4 or 5 wrestling flow tracks that I'm just sitting on, and then I am excited to finally be working on a new Christian album, hopefully within the next year. I think a big part of me is like, I can't just knock out music, but I have to live some life in order to tell the story of the life. So I've been living for the past couple of years, and I'm finally able to talk about it through music. And that's really exciting. So hopefully 2022, that's weird to say, we'll produce something great. We'll see.
All right. Kizzy Kim says she excited for your new music.
There
you go. She excited, man. I think we all excited about some new music coming out from Mr. Josiah Williams. So look, y'all, we almost out of time. Again, this hour can go really quick because, there's so much more he can cover that we just cannot get to.
I'm ready, man.
Right.
I ain't doing
so much more.
Good.
So what we're going to do is we're going to fill these next few minutes with let's get a chance for somebody to win. All right. So what you need to do to win the prize is put in hashtag wrestle and flow. All right. Go ahead and put in hashtag wrestle and flow. And we're going to see who is going to win the shirt. And a lot of people saying round 2. All right. So then we're going to round 2. Who else? There you go. Wrestle and flow. Go ahead and put that in there. Thank you for supporting. Let's see, Rhino's up late watching.
What up, Rhino?
So you got people up watching. So already the wrestling flows are coming in. So if you want to win you some free merch, go ahead and put in wrestling flow. Can you tell them what exactly are the people winning?
Well, I'm gonna give you a choice. If you
choice. Is it my choice? Am I choosing for them?
We can do that too. I mean, it's whatever. I'm flexible.
Okay. All right.
Outside of Wrestling Flow music, there is Wrestling Flow merchandise. We have shirts, hats, hoodies, mugs. We got a little bit of everything.
And I'm looking at the site right now on my phone, and you want me to choose.
Well, here's the choice.
Okay.
You can get something that's available on the website right now.
Okay.
Or you can wait and be the first person to get something brand new next month. That's the choice. You can get something that's ready today to go, or you can get that new.
All right, well, winners. Well, all right, so I'm going to let the winner choose.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to let the winner choose because they win. They can choose if they want something right now. If you heard me, the puberty hit. Or you can get something brand new and choose to wait a month later to get the brand new thing that's coming out. So it's up to y'all. So right now I see a lot of people putting in wrestling flow. And so what we tend to do is I have Alicia, who's a part of Team Tell It. She has a wheel, right? And I wish I could bring her on. I should be. No, that's what we're going to start doing, Lisa. I'm going to bring you on so you can announce the winner. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to send you the invite, and you can come on, and you can tell people who won. But typically what she does is let that music right out. Look, kids, she remember that.
Hey.
She want that merch. she has a wheel and she spins, and the winner is at random. So I need you guys to go ahead and continue to put in that hashtag as you see it, Wrestling Flow. Also, if you do want to go and get some more merch outside, if you did not win, you can go to prowrestlingtees.com and you can see all the merch there. Okay, and there's even some music videos and music that's on Pro. No, that's no, I'm tripping. Pro Wrestling Tees is the merch.
Yeah, just search Wrestling Flow. But all the videos are on, Instagram, YouTube. You can listen to the music on Spotify, Apple Music, etc.
Hey man, you got some explaining to do.
Who, me?
Yeah, how Josiah Williams putting in Wrestling Flow? Oh, maybe is that, or is that your wife helping the people out?
Well, first of all, let me tell you this right now. She is asleep.
Okay, so I don't know why Josiah Williams is putting in Wrestling Flow trying to win his own merch.
I don't even what? Huh? What? I don't even know about that one, man. That wasn't.
All right, it got a little chilly. You gotta put that up.
A little chilly on that one. I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, I had a question about that. I wasn't sure. Like, was you trying not to give away something, or you just hey man, I guess you that famous, man. You got a was that a burner account?
All right.
the burner account. All right. So I don't know if she chose a winner yet, but it looks like everyone who want to win has put in hashtag Wrestling Flow. All right, I know I'm gonna get. No, I'm not. Never mind. Sometimes I'll be wanting to get into the competition too, and I can't.
Is it against the rules?
Yeah, because if I end up winning, people gonna think, "Oh, you set that up." So I'll just leave it alone. I don't want nobody thinking I'm setting nothing up. So yeah, at least he does have a burner account. I don't know who that Josiah Williams fella is. So yeah, we gotta talk about that guy. There he is. He don't even look like you. He got a full-grown beard. He kind of big too. I don't know who he is.
I don't know.
Jacob Williams, man. I don't know who that is. So while Alicia is grabbing the winner, what's one thing you kind of want to leave us with as you end this night?
See, my period is here too. I don't know what that was.
Burner account.
I feel like when you go through challenges, it doesn't define who you are, number one, and it's not the end of your story, number two.
There you go.
There's always more life to live. Of course, Lord willing, but there's always more life to live, and I feel like what you put into your life, what you put into your mind, into your heart, not in the generic sense of like, if you think great things, then you will be a great person. But like, I truly do believe that what you put into this life that you live, will reciprocate. So yes, I've been through a lot, and I wasn't expecting to have 2 departures from my dream job. But that doesn't change really much of anything. I'm still living a great life. I'm still giving glory to God. I'm still loving the fact that Thanksgiving is around the corner.
Yes.
Still with a beautiful woman who I love so much. She is great. Bree is great.
Hey man, she about to come up there and give you a couple of 2 pieces in the biscuit, waking her up like that. Yeah. Hey, it's 10:30 where this man is, and he over here yelling and screaming. But that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Oh, just to pause. Brian Koshaw won. So Brian, congratulations on winning. You get a chance to choose what you want. You want the new merch, or you want the one right now? All right, and he said Tyler Perry need to call you for a row. So go ahead. If Tyler Perry is watching, tell it. Then Tyler Perry, we need to call all of us, man. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you.
If Tyler Perry is watching, he needs to tell it on the app or something. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Something. Help me out. You got Mr. Nick saying, thank you for all the positivity you brought to Peoria. Always enjoy talking wrestling
What up,
with
Nick?
you. Yep.
Yes.
So as a passerby at the Riverfront Market.
Man, I missed the Riverfront Market for real.
Yeah, I haven't been there in a minute.
Really.
I'm about to miss it too, man. So, all right. So, listen, Coach Shaw said he wants the new merch. So he'll wrap it when he's live. So you all got to see nothing now, but he wants the new merch. And again, you guys, go ahead. Go ahead to the prowrestlingtees.com and go ahead and purchase, support, and that's always good to support. Well, man, it's been a pleasure having you on. Thank you so much for being a part of Tell It. Like I told you last night, you my first blue check guest. So we going places, baby. Hey, listen, he got the blue check mark to prove it, y'all. Check out his Instagram. You know what I'm saying? That means he's doing big things.
Does it?
Right?
Is that what that means?
That's what that means, right? Is that what that means?
I'll try.
Okay. Now, we were having a conversation last night, y'all, and we're saying how social media is very deceiving, and that blue check mark does not mean a thing.
Not even a little bit. People are like, man, does that just like get you, you know what I'm saying, free stuff? You just get whatever you want. You know, are you famous now? I'm like, I'll tell you what. My mortgage is still the same. Okay. my gas in my car continues to go up. Maintenance in the vehicle has not changed. I am paying more than I have ever paid in my life for bills. Yeah, it means nothing. It really, really does mean nothing. It's cool. It's fun. It's great to have it, and it's an accomplishment. But if you think that I'm living a free life, that is not the case.
Oh, okay. Well, there you guys have it, man. Stop chasing that blue mark, and just go ahead and promote as you will continue to do, and you'll reach your dream soon.
Yeah, I think real quick, I think it's just like, yes, it is something that you can kind of attain, but it's definitely not the end all be all. Just because you have a blue check mark don't mean you're gonna sell 1 million records. You know what I mean? Like it's yeah. Don't let that be the only thing you want in life, because
it's the blue check mark.
Right.
There you go. Well, y'all, thank you for tuning in to Tell It. It's been an amazing show. This is my last show being done here in Illinois. All right. Because I'll be moving. My family will be moving to North Carolina next week.
Hey!
Yes. So today, appreciate it, bro. Today is my last day of work. And it's been a great, it's been a great 8 years there. So, and 8 years out here, man. And obviously Josiah was one of the ones that I got a chance to meet out here, and in Illinois. So in Central Illinois, because when I say Illinois, people start thinking Chicago. No, we talking cornfields. Yeah, he was looking strange. Like I was about to say, it's my last show. Tell it, no, it's not. We got some more people to go. But yeah, even Mr. Brian Coleshaw, meeting him, DJing at all the events. You know what I'm saying? Did a youth event. There you go. He came out as the Water Walking Warrior. I said, 3Dub. You're going to have to shorten that up, man. Can I just call you DJ 3W? Can I just call you 3? And so now you got DJ 3W. So definitely thank you, Alicia. See, I met a lot of people, but we virtual, so I can try to carry everybody with me. But yes, this is the last show that will be done in Illinois. The next show that you will see will be in North Carolina. Or from North Carolina. So there you go. That's all I got. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, sir. I will say now, go join your wife, and you're a night owl, so you probably not gonna go to bed.
Yeah, I'm gonna chill.
He gonna chill. All right, man. Holla at you, y'all. This is Tell It Season 3, still going strong. I will see y'all later. Peace. Blessings.